This was kind of interesting. I just finished that meditation in regards to the medicine wheel, and I was shuffling the cards again, just the major arcana, and justice flew out. So that was kind of interesting. So I want to have a look, and so we've got the Wheel of Fortune we just did, okay, for the meditation. Now, justice popped out, so I want to know what the message is in regards to justice. Now, justice can be about that sense of any legalities that are going on at the moment. Maybe there's some consequences to any actions that are taking place. It's a need to find a sense of equilibrium, find a sense of truth within what's going on. So quite interesting. So let's have a look and see what it says in the book. Because sometimes when we're doing a little bit of self-discovery within oneself, the book's going to give us a little bit more information. You know, I can do a quick reading in regards to, yes, the justice card here is definitely about equilibrium. It's about finding a sense of balance. It's that need to look at the consequences of any actions that are taking place. Maybe there's a need to look at the truth of the situation that's going on at the moment. It's time to remove all the clutter, all the declutter, all the debris and stuff that's going on within the things that are going on at the moment in regards to maybe a court case or some sort of situation that's going on at the moment. There seems to be a lot of thoughts, perspectives going on, and those perspectives might be sort of clouding the truth of the actual situation. So there's a lot of stuff going on there. Let's have a look at the imagery. Okay, in the imagery we've got a totem pole. We've got a couple of totem poles. It's in regard to a meeting house. There's the councillors, a council, the council chiefs, all together from different tribes. They're all coming together. They're looking for maybe solutions to any problems that have arisen, any conflicts that have been dealt with in some way. Maybe it's trying to find a sense of solutions to any conflicts and things that are going on. Maybe there's been some issues that need to be sorted through. So there's a lot of stuff that this card can bring up. So you've got to think about, what does this card mean in this moment for you, as we've just done that meditation for the Wheel of Fortune. What message in the medicine wheel? So what message did you get? So now what is this next step in the journey? Feels like it's a very next step. It's telling you to sort of take a moment, find a sense of equilibrium. Are you weighing your heart? You know, when I think of, with the Justice card, I think of Matt. I think of like that weighing of the heart. You know, what's your legacy? What are you leaving behind in regards to your own truth? You know, there's so much to unpack with this card. You can sort of really get into quite a lot of stuff. But let's have a look and see what it actually says in the guidebook. Let's see what Magda Witt Gonzalez says. Star Spider Woman, J.A. Gonzalez, Rattling Bear. Okay, let's have a look and see what's actually said about this card. So it's going to be quite interesting. I'm not going to read everything about it because it's a huge couple of pages here. But I do want to read the excerpts from the Great Law of Peace. Okay. This is unpublished notes. Kentucky Mountain Shawnee, Star Spider Woman. Okay, as in Magda Witt Gonzalez. Right, she said, excerpts from the Great Law of Peace. With the Satchem of the Great League, the tree of great peace is planted. It is planted in the territory of the Firekeepers. You who are the caretakers of the eternal flame. The tree is called Titsioneratasicowa. Okay, I know I haven't pronounced that correctly and I'm really sorry. Tiziona Ratasicacoa, the great white pine. Under its shade it is spread the soft feather-like down of the globe thistle. Here sit the Satchem. Here will be transacted all the business of the League of Five Nations. The roots paragraph 2, the roots of the great tree spread in the 4 cardinal directions, to the north, to the east, to the west, to the south. And that's interesting because it really connects to the medicine wheel in many ways in regard to those directions, north, east, west, and south, right? Their nature is peace and strength, and if a person or a nation outside the League acknowledges and obeys the laws of the Great Peace, okay, Kianarekora, they may follow the roots to the source. They will be welcomed in the shelter of the great white pine if their minds are unclouded and their hearts are true, and if they vow obedience to the council wishes. Okay, so let's see. Justice classic. We know what the classic justice card is. Okay, but here, out of the American Heritage Book of Indians comes an account of the cruelty of enforcing one truth over another. Old Niels Gustafson, a Dutch colonial, told the story in 1749 when he was 91. He was walking with a Delaware native and they encountered a red-spotted snake on the road. Niels got a stick in order to kill it, while the native begged him to spare the creature, which was his totem. Niels killed the snake in the native's presence when he realized it was his companion's deity. Because thou believest in it, he said, I think myself obliged to kill it. Oh, wow. Okay. Hyemos faced the storm has a more philosophical and a more gentle way of telling about truth's relativity. If you and I were sitting in a circle of people on the prairie, and I were then to place a painted drum or an eagle feather in the middle of this circle, each of us would perceive these objects differently. Our vision of them would vary according to our individual positions in the circle, each of which would be unique. If the thing I were to place within our circle should be an abstraction, such as an idea, a feeling, or a philosophy, our perception of it would even be more complicated than if the object had been a tangible thing. The perception of any object, whether tangible or abstract, is ultimately made 1,000 times more complicated whenever it is viewed within the circle of an entire people as a whole in 1972. Okay, it does go into what Crowley thinks, and I'm not going to dive into all that. Look, to really get a full picture of this, if you really want to know more information, I definitely suggest that you get this book, get the deck, get the book, and do the study yourself. I'm not going to read everything because otherwise we're going to be here forever, but I do want to say that, let's have a look. Okay, let's see if it can just give us a little bit of a message here. Proud, okay. Justice is the card of karma. It's the act of adjustment, agreements, treaties, equity, righteousness, probity, and the triumph of the dissenting side or law, legal complications, bigotry, bias, and excessive severity. Okay, on this card here, a member of the Northwestern Council of Elders stands dressed in ceremonial robe, a speaker staff in his hand. The ceremonial, highly decorated speaker staff was brought to council by an important member. It was passed around during the discussion, and no one could speak until the staff was in his hands. The elder holds a small totem effigy, a mark of personal prestige. The council sits in a council lodge that contains 2 totem poles representing the tribal ancestral lineage. Okay. So justice evokes contemplation of the exacting and cyclical payback of both the natural and the supernatural universe. Okay. So yeah, very, very interesting. There's a lot there to unpack. You can sort of think about, reflect, and again, meditate on what this card could mean in relation to the medicine wheel. Okay, into the directions that you're moving, the way that people from different directions all come together. You've got the totem poles, that sense of belonging, that sense of yeah, with totem poles to me is very much about the clan, the belonging, the coming together, the gathering of the energies, the essence of the people in many ways. And so you've got that sense of things that need to be sorted, need to be talked about, and you can't speak until you get your until you have the speaking stick, talking stick, and that's part of the process. You've got that sense of trying to find a sense of balance with whatever's going on in life, that sense of give and take, maybe a sense of compromise in some way, and that's that truth, look at the facts of the situation. There's so much this card sort of portrays as we sort of dive into that equilibrium, that balance, that sense of finding solutions, looking at the consequences of any actions that's being taken. All those things can come into play as a community in many ways. Okay, so that's it from me. Don't forget to check the links down below, check the links on my channel, like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Take care and blessed be.